I've got to love it, the fact that that Vinny decides to go right as I unmute the mics. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? As you can see, who we've got in tonight, we've got the Motley Crew. The Motley Crew, indeed. Why can't it play the video on Facebook? This live broadcast has expired apparently. We are just live on YouTube. I'll put a comment on the Facebook page. What? You can only hear me?
Because you can't hear me.
Can you hear them now?
Hello, everybody.
Can you only
Vinny
hear
smells
me?
like
You
fish.
shouldn't be able to only hear me. We haven't changed any of the settings from last week.
Oh, there's such a delay as well, isn't there?
There is a bit of a delay. It's all right. I'm on it. It should all be fine. I don't get this at
Typical.
all.
Vinny, what you been doing this time?
Vinny hasn't done anything. No, I haven't changed any of the settings from last week. And you guys are showing up in the audio. Right. That's better. They can hear us now.
Hey.
Do they really want to hear us?
Oh, it's weird. Like, there's two desktop audios, and I don't know why it's got two. But one of you guys is obviously you, and one of you guys is obviously something else, which is weird. But you come up on both, so it's so odd.
That's very strange.
Anyway, I was all hyped for this. It's Friday night. How's everybody doing? I promise you.
Oh, they're good,
week,
thank you.
I promise you next week we will go live without any technical issues. I hope.
No, we can start taking bets on what issues we're going to have next week.
We weren't really saying much. We were just saying I can't believe Vinny decided to go as I unmuted the mics. But I don't know if you guys heard that at the start of the broadcast. Maybe you didn't. If you couldn't hear them, so.
The way he just held his breath, I was like, he's gonna explode.
Yeah.
Yes, I did go a funny colour of purple.
I was like, Vinny, I'm going to test because I know that intro is like 47 seconds long. I want to see how long you can hold your breath.
Not that long.
That'd be easy.
I'd be dead or collapsed on the floor.
Yes. So I'm just enjoying this beer. It's the first one since Sunday. So I'm doing really well trying not to drink during the week.
Is it going well, Josh, is it? Or do you just make up for it in the weekend?
Makes up for it on the weekend.
Like, usually the wife goes shopping and she'll buy me beer. So she'll buy me like a 12-pack of something and then loads of others. And then I'll usually buy more during the week. So I bought 4 for tonight. Only four small cans.
That's 20 minutes worth of drinking, Josh.
Oh yeah, this one's almost gone, but
And it's gone.
first one of the week. So, I can do that. Oh, I
How
lied.
long?
I lie. I went for a walk the other day with my mate, and we had a Guinness while we walked. But we did walk like 14 kilometers. So I'm
20
sure
foot.
I burnt that off, so that's fine.
Fair enough. It's really weird. I'm struggling today.
Don't you
Again.
always?
Yeah, well, we're still in a period of transition and flux, so we'll get there, folks. Bear with us. I'm loving how it looks on YouTube, Job. It looks superb. Looks really good.
Well, thank
Really,
you,
really
buddy.
good.
Shame you guys can't see it from my perspective. There's got to be a way that I can do it so you guys can see the whole
The
stream.
But yeah, I'm loving the new overlays that you've got as well, and the whole new look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks a bit odd tonight because obviously I can't get it to fill the whole shot, but because there's 5 of us on, if there were 6 of us, I could do it, but I can't. So this is the best I could do with my limited knowledge. So, but it works. It works. They can see us all. They can now hear us all.
Very nice, Andy. Andy's on a single malt. I will be joining you later, sir.
Oh, very nice, Andy. What you on? We'll talk about alcohol later. It's fine. This is the vaping show, not an alcohol show.
Hand in hand, Josh. You know that better than anyone.
Yeah, maybe I should start doing that.
That would be an interesting show.
Yeah. Sit and
Like
watch,
A
sit,
drunk Vinny.
sit and watch us all get pissed.
But when everyone vapes, someone's got to have a drink.
Oh God.
Do a shot. Oh, my God.
I just
That would
need,
get messy.
I think I just need to like, somehow attach a barrel to my wall and just leave the tap open above my mouth, like. Oh,
Well,
God.
I do have a few litres of spirits in my kitchen, so I'm all right.
Oh, doing a live round quizzes. Right. Shall we get talking vaping? Now we've done booze and said hello and bitched and moaned about everything and congratulated Josh on how good it looks when we're actually working. So what have we got tonight, Josh? Did we put the cool wall up? Have we got some cool walls on?
The cool wall's up. There's a section that Vinny asked me to put in the other day, and I forgot about it and hurriedly put it in before we went live tonight. So there's a section just for Vinny. We got a cool wall. We haven't got anything for Room 101, but we can do it if anybody wants to chuck anything into Room 101, anything they hate. And we can do a questions from the chat a bit later on.
Superb. What should we get started with then, Josh? Shall we jump into my little piece and then we can get the chat rolling from that and expand from there?
Yeah, why not? So Vinny's got a rant, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll play this quick rant bumper for him, and he won't be able to see it, but I'll let him know when it's finished. Right, let's do that. You good to go, Vin?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm now waiting to see the bumper on my lower screen. Right, I got a little rant. It's not going to be a rant. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get shouty. Facebook groups moaning about the groups getting shut down, losing the groups, having to fight to get the groups back. Yes, Facebook are being twats with the rules, but you just follow the rules. If you're moaning that your group's getting shut down because you're sharing live streams of people selling things, your group will get shut down. If you're sharing raffles, things like that, your group will get shut down. Facebook does not like gambling. Any kind of raffle, regardless, is seen as gambling from Facebook. If you don't want your group shut down, you don't want strikes, don't share them. It's quite blatant. You can share business pages. Business pages can just about share anything as long as there are no direct links to sales or anything like that on them.
And I don't think you can put prices, can you?
No, they don't like prices. And they're getting wise to abbreviations and things like that. There's ways of doing it. If you want to do things like that, put it in a picture. Because the Facebook algorithm won't pick up a picture. It's quite simple. It's just people. And I hate to use the word snowflakes, but that's what people are becoming. And there's just no point. If you just follow the rules and twist them slightly, there's easy ways around it. And it's just really fucked me off this last 10 days. It started just before last week's show, and then I've seen more and more bitching about it. Just play by the rules. It's quite simple. We've got our respective various groups. I mean, I've got my own group, not a single strike, and businesses share stuff in there daily. Not a single strike. Anyone can still share in that group, the VVR group. I don't care. It's still there for everyone to use, to share things, and I'll still let them because we've not got a single strike for doing it. It's just a case of just bending yourselves to the rules slightly, and there's ways around it, and it's just really I've calmed down since my initial rage built, but it's a simple case of just adapting to the rules and using the rules. Then your groups won't get strikes and your groups won't get shut down. And breathe.
I was expecting something a bit more hardcore than that, Vinny.
No, I was going. If it had happened the other day, it would have been. I had my gander up, and I've mellowed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I'm in some of the BST groups, and naturally they are going to draw attention when people use the wrong words. So I think of it just not as a case of people running the groups. I think of it as people using these groups as well. Like, have a bit of respect for the people that own the groups. One of the bigger BST groups now, I mean, there's not many around, and one of the ones that I consider bigger that I use quite a lot. Yeah, they had to put another post up where they go, please guys, don't use words like sell, trade, buy,
No.
don't put prices up, and people are still doing this on the groups, and they're like, look guys, we're going to get shut down. Like, I know one of the groups I'm in actually have already set up another group and asked all their members to move across.
Yeah.
In case it gets shut down again, which is a perfectly good thing to do. And they're not making any money off of it. They're doing it for the good of their own heart. You know what I mean? They're approving all these posts. They're doing it because they want to do it. So respect the rules. But also, if you own a group, like, just, don't be silly with it. Like, if you are going to share people's raffles and waffles and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter if it's a vaping product or not. Again, this isn't a dig at particular companies or anything, but
No.
Raffles are gambling. Any
Big.
form of gambling is illegal on Facebook.
Yeah.
Illegal on Facebook will get you shut down. You can't mention the word raffle. You can't run a raffle. I mean, this is why lots of places use the word waffle, so it doesn't get picked up. But it wouldn't surprise me soon if waffle starts getting picked up.
Yeah. It really wouldn't me.
So, they're not stupid. And sometimes I think they probably know about this stuff and they probably let some of it slide. But it's,
Well, the thing is, Zippy's just said, evening, Zippy, I hope you're well.
Evening, Zip.
Zippy's just said if members do it, then boot them. It's not just the members, Zip. The owners of these groups are sharing these things. They're sharing various sale lives, various auctions. There's one particular group that share an auction regularly. I know they've had problems. Just don't do it. If you share an auction to Facebook and someone reports it, you're screwed. Especially if it's a vape product, which they are. These people bitching like hell.
You can't. It doesn't matter what the product is. It could be a car, and the only way really to get around it is, I know, like, I'm part of a few groups that do like raffles for computers and stuff like that, computer parts and stuff like that. But they never. It's on their Facebook, but they never directly mention it on their Facebook. It's always come to the website.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the strikes on Facebook groups come from, like, maybe salty members as well. Like they'll put like a complaint in against a post or something, and it can get a strike against the group.
Yeah, definitely the case, Lloyd. That
There is
went on a
definitely
lot.
clicks on Facebook.
I think that's where a lot of the strikes come from, and people think it's mainly to do with mentioning sale or trade or something, but it's normally just one person. It's just been a dick and just wait to get what.
Yeah, one person gets the hump and they're like, "Fuck that! I'm going to report you." Do you know what I mean? It's like
All it takes.
I mean, you can appeal them, but the chance, like, if they look at the group at that point and they're like, "Oh, it's a vape group," nah, it's not getting appealed.
Yeah, it's a sad fact that if you get the 3 strikes and they shut you down, you're going to struggle like hell to get your group back, regardless of what you do. But like I say, obviously, I've got my group. Like I say, businesses sharing there every day. We've not had a single strike. I suppose groups should be a bit more careful on who to let in as well, then, really, Lloyd. If people are starting to say it's people reporting them within the group, they need to look in within that group and try and root out the rotters, should we say?
Maybe your admins
Aren't
and
they
moderators
normal?
need to be a bit better. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you need to add a few more questions before you get let into some of these groups. I know there's some groups I've tried to enter for high-end mechs and high-end products, and literally you answer those questions remotely wrong, and they're just like, nope.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's fair. Do you know what I mean? They don't want me in there because they're like, well, actually, you're just going to be a bit of a time waster. Do you know, we don't want someone in the group we don't know. They're quite tight-knit groups. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
There's
I
been a
can't-
couple of groups that I've joined as well where they put like a sneaky password somewhere in the questions, and then one of the questions is what's the password hidden on all the questions. It forces you to read them all as well.
Yeah.
So which is also a good idea.
That's a good idea, actually.
really good idea.
Very.
I
very.
once read a group's rules 3 times over to find the password.
Yeah, it probably took me about 4 days at the minute, Lloyd, to do that, if I'm honest. The way my mindset's working at the minute. So, anybody got anything new then? We've obviously done that rant and gone off from that. Has anybody got out new today? I know Josh has got a bit of a new shiny.
I'm going to go back to the main screen. There's no bumper. It's just a bit of a transition just because the cameras are weird on this one for some strange reason. So I'm just going to drop back. Boom. And we're back. The cameras fit better on this one. Yeah, I've got a new one, but I'm not even vaping it. It's just down here because I'm keeping it to do a little bit of a show and tell on it. It's this Lost Vape Ursa Quest multi-kit.
That was bought live on the show last week.
It was bought live on the show last week. So if you watched last week, you saw me buy this last week. I got it out the box. I got it out of the box. I think the puff counter reads about 25. So I just put an RDA on it. Put the little 510 adapter on it. To be honest, I'm quite impressed. There's definitely no power issues with this.
Good.
As far as I can tell, I mean, I put. And the build I put on it was 0.8 and it fired no problem.
Well, that's the chip they've put in the new Gruss, Josh, as well.
Yeah, so
to swap that chip over as well now.
it's quite a chunky monkey, but then that's fine. You know, it doesn't bother me. There's some people out there that are going to be like, oh, this is a bit big, but you'll see my opinion on that a bit more at some point soon. But yeah, from first impressions. For the money, it seems like a really nice bit of kit.
It is Lost Vape after all.
And that's what I said when the Gruss came out. I didn't try a Gruss, but I said, before anyone got it, I was like, it's Lost Vape, it should be really good. And then it just got loads of people moaning about it, saying it wasn't powerful, the power wasn't there.
Including me.
So, what are you buying this week, Josh? I could really do with a G-Class. No. I hate SX chips, man. I just can't stand SX chips.
They're so fiddly with that little Joy-Con. The Joy, yeah.
And I know people this is a die codes, and I know people moan about the die codes. I really like the die codes. Yes, fuck me, it's weird as shit. But once you get it set right, and once you learn, and especially on the wickets, because it's weird because the buttons, the change buttons are on the bottom. Don't know if you can see, and they're really tiny. So
They're really tiny.
It's not, and they even do that with the DNA one as well. They move the whole DNA board around to put the buttons on the bottom.
That's weird.
So usually on a DNA, the buttons would be fire and then your change buttons, wouldn't they? But they didn't want it, so they actually changed the chip to make the buttons at the bottom. But yeah, it makes it a bit more fiddly when you're trying to work out a brand new chip that you've never used before, which is quite complicated.
Do you actually want to say what comes in the box?
Do you want me to? I mean, I'm happy to get it out and show everybody if they want to see.
Oh, don't get it out.
No. Oh yeah.
But keep it in.
You obviously get the mod. You get your 510 adapter, and you get some coils and a few other bits. So I won't go too much into detail of it, but you can read it up online if you want, but you'll see that soon.
Still, for what, 40 quid? Like standard
40
retail?
quid. It looks nice. It feels nice. It's built solidly. It hits well.
And you get a decent amount of kit in the box
Yeah,
as well. So
you do.
because we've all seen it being in the chat.
Yeah, you saw I pulled it
and
out
that
earlier
lot.
to show you lot earlier. Ooh, dirty. But yeah, yeah, quite a nice bit of kit.
Yeah.
From like 25, from getting out the box, literally putting a battery in it, and just having a quick play of it. I'm going to be using it all next week. I've got 3 days off next week, and it's the daughter's birthday, so I'll just use it and see how it goes.
Sounds like a plan.
Ooh.
Anybody else got anything new or they want to show off particularly?
I've got something new for me. It's not brand new, but it's new for me. Something I've never owned either. That's the little Vital.
Oh, yes. Exactly the same as the red one I've got, Chris, isn't it?
Or in the know how we call
Yeah.
it the Apocalypse Gen 3.
Yeah.
It's a good way of
I've
getting
never
a
actually owned
cheaper
the
apocalypse,
Gen 3.
though.
Yeah, I believe it was renamed just due to
Copyright issues.
cloning issues, and
yes.
stuff like that. So he's like, yeah, fuck it, no one will see this coming.
Yeah, and everybody didn't buy it then, though.
Yeah,
That was the issue.
I think Harry's plan was like, yeah, I'll get about 3 days before this is cloned and available somewhere else. So
Yeah, I think that's about what he did get as well. But
It
there
does
was
not
on offer
surprise
in
me.
a lot of places, so it was a good way of picking up a cheap apocalypse.
it's a good
really.
little RDA though. If you like apocalypses, you'll like it. So
Now, what was you going to show us, Lloyd, before Chris jumped in to show us his old RDA?
Again, it's not new. It's new to me though. I got the Death Moth from Rogue.
That is a nice.
That's nice.
It was my second Rogue. The first one is going to go onto the pre-order market soon. I don't like the button on it. It's a bit too stiff for my preference.
Do you not like a stiff
Giggity.
one, Lloyd?
Nah,
Giggity.
I'm not a fan of a stiff one, Vinny.
see, I don't like stiff buttons, and when, like the only thing when I had my purges back in the day, I used to take a magnet out and make it a softer throw.
Yeah.
All right.
It was just they had the big magnet and the two small magnets, didn't they? I used to take one of the small magnets out, and it used to make it a much nicer throw.
I think the stiffest throw I've ever had was my reactor from Morningstar,
Yeah, that's a
because I never changed my spring out. I just kept the original £5 spring or whatever it was that Oggy put in it, and that was a killer. That was.
that's a big heavy spring. That one was when it was.
Yeah, I broke mine in though, so by the time he brought the new spring out, I just thought, sod it, I'll just keep the original.
But you knew you were firing that fucker.
Oh yeah, and with my reactor, it was the grooved one. It used to tear the crap out of my hands
Yeah,
as well.
I had a groove reactor. I bought that stainless steel one, and literally like firing it, and like here,
Yeah,
right on that ball, like it's like, oh yeah, I feel that.
yeah. Oggy
Oh.
was quite happy that he drew blood out of my hand for using that.
Well, it's the only payment he got for it, I'm sure.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, mate.
Boom.
You set me up for that one.
And you're absolutely right, Josh.
And none of us are surprised at that one either.
I'm not wrong often. I'm not wrong.
And on that note, I'll just take a hit on my nice big stack.
Sure. You've got at least two jealous people in this chat.
I was going to say, I'll take a hit on my little squonk that's worth more. Oh, sorry, Vin.
Yeah. Values in the eye of the beholder. It's not
That's it,
really,
mate.
but it's not really, but never mind.
No, mate, trust me, I'd love to have one of those. So, I don't
Well,
vape
that
next
mod
anymore, and
Vinny-
I'd love one sat on my shelf. So
Well,
It
that
is-
mod that Vinny's got is suffering with the same issue that all cars that footballers buy. It's now worthless because he's owned it.
Hey, I've still not dropped it.
Jeez, that must be a record.
I'm very wary tonight because I'm over a concrete floor. That's why I keep putting it down rather than keep holding it.
I was going to say do the obvious thing, Vinny, and buy a rug, but
Yeah. Or just put a pillow down where you might drop it.
Well, I've got some spare sponge flooring. I think that may be the option I go for in here.
if there's any rug dealers around, Vinny's available for reviews.
Yeah, I'll review a rug. That'll be interesting.
Knowing Vinny, he won't get a rug for the floor. They'll send him one for his head.
Yeah, Simon, Vinny's already dry hit that thing. The last time he used it on show, he took a dry hit on it.
Yeah,
It was
Oh.
hilarious.
Every time I put it down, I'm dripping straight into it as well. I'm not doing that again.
People
was
loving,
terrific.
people in the chat loving your death moth. Loving the death
Yeah,
moth.
I'm seeing. It's a lovely design, to be fair.
Yeah.
It
Make-
is a-
but I was speaking to Matt Blount, and he was saying it would make a really good tattoo.
It would do, actually.
But they are,
it
but they
really
are all
would.
stock designs, aren't they?
I think so.
Hmm.
Maybe. I
always,
don't know. I
I
googled
mean-
the name just to make sure I had the right name because I'm terrible with rogue names.
You always took a bit of stick for that.
Yeah,
I know
but,
you got a
um,
lot of them, but I always like the skulls and peonies. I always loved that mod. It was always cool.
Yeah, but I could definitely see this being like maybe like a front foot tattoo. You know, like how Grim Green's got the stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the death moth on there. It'd be sick as fuck.
Be painful as fuck
Yeah,
as well.
if you're brave enough to get a neck tattoo. Oh.
I've got two already. I've got one either side. You just can't really see it. So
Oh man, like the Adam's apple. Oh,
I just finish it off there. It'd be sick. Not that you'd ever be able to see it. I'd have to walk a bit like that all the time.
Just put your monitor eye like I have, Lloyd, and
I've
you
only
look like that anyway.
I've only got 2 tattoos that go over bones, which are very small over my like Charles' names. Just go over the knuckle and fuck me. Especially the second time I had them done because I had them touched up and they hurt even more. It's like
You know, I've been really fancying a new tattoo. I think that could be it once the tattoo
Yeah.
parlors open up back
I
down
said to the wife, I was like, oh, I think it might be new tattoo time, and she was like, yeah, I feel that as well.
here.
She had one
Yeah.
literally done before the last lockdown.
Oh, right.
She has a birthday tradition. She always goes and gets a new tattoo on her birthday, and she had one booked in for her birthday. And then the lockdown was announced, and her tattoo artist phoned her and said, "We're shutting in 2 days. Yours is like 7 days. I've got a space. Do you just want to come in?" She's like, "Yes, please."
Been a few
Well-
years since I last had a tattoo.
Yeah, mine's quite a few years because I've actually trying to get a new one for my other arm. I want a Viking themed one for my left arm. At
Oh,
some
Viking
point.
theme one would
I-
be sick.
I just need to continue my Marvel ones because I've still only got Iron Man, and it's supposed to be a full sleeve by now, and it's not.
Yeah, you can't see
I c-
Yeah, mine was Link from Zelda.
yeah. The thing is, I always go new tattoo, new mod, new tattoo, new mods. Like,
And the mod wins.
yeah.
I remember the days when I was always on the China mods. Tattoos always won. It was so cheap to run the mods at that time.
I had 2 tattoo artists that I loved that I'd always generally go and see, and one moved to America, and the other one just travels around Thailand all the time now doing tattoos out there. Like he's like, yeah, I go to all the shops out there, and they just have me in for a week, and he guests there, and he's really does all like, because these were both freehand, completely just drawn on.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what he does. He does like loads of freehand stuff, and like I said, if I can get an appointment with him, it's very rare. Like Banzi, I'm in Thailand, Josh. Banzi, no, I'm in somewhere else. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, Simon. Yeah, Simon, don't give Vinny any ideas because he will get a smock tattoo.
Just have that.
They'll just
Just on his forehead.
The smock logo.
no, he's gonna have "I love smock" on there.
Smocks
They're gonna
forever.
misspell. Yeah,
Does,
they're gonna misspell it.
does anybody in the chat does anybody know anybody with a vape related tattoo? Now this is a question. Like,
When it was the Manchester Expo, there was quite a few people that got vape tattoos.
Yes, there was because it was the lifestyle expo, wasn't it?
Yes. So there was a lot of companies that said, you'll get such and such if you go and get a tattoo. So they went and got a tattoo.
Yeah,
I-
just-
I would want a lifetime supply of some shit. Like,
Oh yeah, you'd have to.
like, do you know what I mean? If I'm tattooing like something
A
they
brand.
want, I yeah, like I want
Oh yeah, it's odd.
I'm just waiting.
Aye, definitely.
I'm just waiting for my message to go off from Am saying, get a Vapor-only tattoo and I'll give you a lifetime supply of custard crack. That's going to be a very
Oh,
hard
well,
one for me
you
to
normally put
refuse.
into the tattoo shop.
He always gets a plug in there, look, Lloyd. Do you notice that little Vaporoni and Ams? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Oh, wait, we've not kept what we're vaping on yet. He's got to get a big plug then.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're
Well,
skipping.
it
what are
is
the
rather big.
What are you vaping on section?
We might as well do that section now then, don't we?
Yeah, what's everybody vaping on?
Hayley, you can go first. Ladies first.
Ladies first.
What a gentleman.
Surely that's Josh thing.
You're lucky because I can't just make you big now like I used to on Street. Here you go.
Yeah. I quite like that though. I've not
prob-
been able to do that now.
I probably can. I just need to work out a way of doing it.
No, Josh, not no. Let's mass.
Mate, there's nothing you can't do on this. I just need to work out how to do it. That's all.
Let's just get it working properly first. Right then, Hayley, what are you on, my love?
After chasing a child out. I'm on the Optima by Vapefly. And I'm still on Biohazard Vape 999. It's a minty custard. Because I just love that.
It's a good custard. That I like lots of the Firehouse range.
Mm.
Yeah.
We like the
The
guys.
pink fire is really good as well.
We really like the guys at Firehouse. We had them on the expo, and they got a lot of love. And
Got a lot of trade off it as well.
Yeah,
I was very pleased.
they did, yeah.
Then I got my Smark.
And people say I should get a smock tattoo.
Well, considering I don't have any tattoos, I'm the odd one out here. I haven't got a single tattoo. But yeah, I'm on the Nord 4. Couldn't remember which one then.
Josh, can we kick her? No tattoos.
No, she's welcome to do what she wants. Keep that body pure. Don't define.
Yeah, this body ain't pure. This is no way pure. Sorry, no.
Yeah, we didn't want to know about that.
But yeah, I'm actually vaping the first juice I bought, which was Juice and Power Shocks. It's the Skittles. 'Cause I like my Skittles.
They've jazzed up the bottle, Hayley, haven't they? The label
They
wasn't like
have.
that before. I thought
Yeah.
they had.
Yeah, they've changed the bottles.
It's a lot better.
Still tastes really good. Then I'm on the Inniken Chroma Z or Z. I'm all on pods. And Deranged Pug Life.
I've
Which
not
is
tried
a-
them yet.
It's a toffee yogurt. It's like eating a muller.
Ooh,
Oh, that sounds interesting.
So,
that does sound good.
A warm mully.
He's got a point.
not that bad.
Chris, you come out with some cracking one-liners,
He's got
mate.
a point. He's got a
It
point.
is true though, because how many cold vapes do you know of
Loads.
where
but
the
I hate
actual
them.
cloud is cold, not because of a chemical in it, because the actual juice is cold still?
Well, no, Chris is called.
The whole point of vaping is to heat the juice up, so it's going to be a warm yogurt.
Yeah, but all the
It's still
milkshakes
nice.
are warm. All the ice creams are warm. All the drinks are warm.
Yeah, that's why I mostly vape.
Right,
desserts.
when we get to what Chris is vaping, I'm going to say, will that be good warm?
Oh, love it. Oh, my monitor keeps turning off. Sorry, people. I'm having a
Yeah.
nightmare. Oh, Lloydie, what are you vaping on, sir?
So I am on the Death Moth from Rogue. I have some super good number 6 in there, which is the blueberry candy floss cookie and cream.
How is that one? It's the one I
Sounds-
ordered for.
It's really nice.
It sounds
It's-
busy, doesn't it? But
it works over there. It works.
I'll come to Super Good in a minute. We'll have a chat about Super Good after this.
I am on. Here comes the plugs. I'm sorry. the Murrells X Vaporoni design with some Vaporoni cracked custard, and then in the Swordfish, I am on. Well, I'm almost out of it. I've got another bottle here. This is a mix of the Vaporoni Crispy Scares and the cracked custard. So it's like 70%
Ooh.
70% of the crispy squares, 20% of the cracked custard. It is one of the best vapes that you can mix together.
How's that on the coils, like? Because obviously the custard caramel is.
Daily changing, mate. Daily changing. It's a bit of a pain in the
Yeah.
arse.
Yeah.
Have you
That's how
got,
I'd
uh,
like it.
It's a daily change coil, but it's worth it.
You've got to pay the price for vaping nice, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If you're combining two super sweet juices together, then
That's why I asked you, Lloyd. Not just...
it's a daily coil change or cotton change, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's worth it.
Anyway, just going back because we missed some shit going on in the chat while we were doing that.
There's a hell of a lot.
There's a lot going on in the chat, and because I'm looking at you fuckers rather than looking at this screen, which is what I should be looking at. But if I look at you, I look this way, and you can sort of see me. If I look at this screen, you just see the side of my face.
Profile.
It's like looking at Jay Hayes, but just uglier.
Yeah.
Oh!
Shots fired.
And that's coming from Chris.
I know, man. I know.
Looks like he's got come at you off his ears, for God's sake.
It does
I know,
actually.
man. I know. Haley, Josh King asked how the Optima was.
It's really good. I'm on the stock coil at the moment. I've not used the rebuildable coil yet because I've not had sleep, so I didn't think it'd go well.
Yeah.
But the flavour's really good. The battery life is good on it. It's nice and easy to carry around, and it's just purdy. I'm sorry, but I like purdy things. It's not pretty. You'll get my attention.
Going back to the tattoos, Josh King says he's thinking of getting a stag on his arse cheek. Cheers, Josh. And
More free shit.
and Haley says that's why she doesn't like vaping milkshake flavors because it's warm, which I kind of get, but you know.
Totally get that.
And Simon
Totally
said he had a
get
menthol tobacco this week, and it tastes like beef Space Raiders. Oh, do you know what I could?
Oh.
I could vape beef Space Raiders.
Yeah.
God,
that
yes.
appeals massively.
Simon, send us some.
There's
I'll try
definitely not enough savoury juices out there.
You can't send you it. I've hid it.
Well, you send it then.
He literally was like, "Oh crap, this open." I was like,
The other
Is
week,
it-
my friend got me some really like posh mapled candied bacon. It comes in a pack.
Ooh.
It's about a tenner for a pack, and it's not a big pack, but it's beautiful, perfect with a beer. Like, ooh. But if they can make that into a vape flavour, I'd vape it. I would. Vape it. I would vape it. Anyway, let's go to Chris next. Chris, what are you vaping on? Because I want to see what juices you're vaping and see if they could warm.
I'm on my overpowered, aka the dildo,
The dildo.
as everyone keeps calling it. Yeah. And on that, I'm on some Sad Boy Strawberry Blood.
It's a nice strawberry,
that's
but
it.
it's not a good. I think there's better strawberry juices than that out there. I know that's controversial because I do love Sad Boy, but I couldn't get on with that one.
I actually add a little bit of sweetener to it, and it tends to just give it that little extra.
You
Add
absolute
sweetener?
fucking
You
idiot.
Yes,
You even.
only a little bit, not much, just a little bit. Just gets
Jesus
it, and then leave it a
Christ.
little bit. It's Nick shot shake, just 2 drops of sucrose. Oh, I can never pronounce the sucrose. That's it. Shake it up again, shove it in the cupboard, forget about it for about 3 weeks,
You're an animal.
and then
You're a fucking animal.
we're all
Chris.
animals.
You had sucrose.
We're all
You
animals.
had sucrose to it.
Yeah.
You're a diabetic, Chris.
I know I am.
Sorry, just shocks me a little bit. That's all.
What's that like
Well-
warm, Chris?
Not going to be warm on
Rory
that.
Marvarash.
I was going to say it's not going to be warm on that stack.
No, the amount of voltage drop on that.
Yeah. I reckon a Bonza would hit harder.
you can get concrete. You just use Chris's setup.
I reckon a Bonza with a 25R would hit harder. Sorry, just taking the piss. See, not drunk all
Dilly
week.
gaff.
On my third beer and it's gone straight to my head.
Straight to your head, hasn't it, Josh?
I'm alright, really.
I'm all right, really. Go on then, Josh. I'll go last tonight. You can go next.
Chris finished.
Yeah, he's finished.
Yeah.
He only got the one.
That's all I'm on.
He's only got one. I'm on my My Limelight Freehand S when it wants to focus. With the Haku. I still forget the name of this fucking RDA every time. It's the Haku something. Made in Australia. Beautiful little single coil RDA. Like bottom feed RDA. And then I'm on the Limelight Wicket Pellucid. The sparkly one. It is sparkly. It's difficult to see on camera.
I'd say it's picking it up quite well, Josh. Sir.
Yeah. And that has the tripod on it. On top, that's Dicode's chip. I forgot to put what I put in it. So that one has the Butter 07.
And there's no point asking you what it's like warm because it won't be warm.
Cookies, cream, raspberry, white chocolate. It's warm enough, mate. Warm enough, mate. Which I'm getting on quite nicely.
They'd almost buy that juice.
The tripod has in it the Cyber Rabbit Argon, just to mix things up a little bit, which I still love.
Lovely juice as well.
I still love these bowls, man. I still think that's one of the prettiest logos on the market.
It is a cracking logo.
And then I've got my Lost Vape Centurus DNA 250C with Fatality M25.
A proper setup, some might say.
Yeah, and that's vaping at 90 watts, so not ridiculously powerful, but enough. And that has in it Kelly Cal's Unicorn Desserts, which is the Nilla Bourbon Pudding. And that's what I'm on.
Lovely jubbly. Just leaves me, and I'm on the Rage Nation Destroyer review. Will be dropping this next week. I finally got permission to drop the review, and now I can't see what I'm showing you. But there we go. I'm on that, and I'm on some Cornish liquids, homemade scones and jam. And
where's the butter?
Where's the clotted cream?
There's no cream. It's just scone and jam.
So there's no butter and there's no squirty cream.
There is actually a cream in it, but they don't put that on the label.
I'm gonna go and steal a car because I don't own one. I'm gonna drive to wherever the fuck it is you live, and I'm gonna bring 5 cans of squirty cream, and I'm gonna shove one in every fucking orifice you have.
Only 5?
And set them off.
That'll be just me face alone. Done.
We need to do that live. Because Chris never did do his waxing in the last auction, so he needs punishing in some way, shape, or form.
And Josh never did do his what's it either? His mankiness.
LXV, no celebrity death match. There we go. Let's do it.
Well, there you go, people. That's what we're all on vaping on tonight. If you want to drop what you're vaping in the chat, that would be great. We'll bounce off some of them and ask you if it's nice warm.
Is it nice warm? That's the question.
Actually, Vinny, is that juice nice warm?
It's better warm, actually, Chris.
It's like it's just out the oven.
You pick out the flavour notes better, I find, with that one. Some desserts generally need a bit more oomph behind them, especially the more complex flavours. In my opinion, anyway. Obviously, I have quite a sensitive palate, I suppose, unlike some heathens who had sucrose to their juices.
I have to get my sweet fix somehow.
We're all good, Kev. How you doing, brother? I know you're late.
Evening,
that's fine.
Kev.
We don't mind you being late.
We do.
Better late than never. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you all, everybody in chat, for spending your Friday night with us. Because there's probably a shitload better things you could be doing, in all fairness.
But let's be honest, there's probably a shitload worse things you could be doing as well.
Yeah, there really is. Yeah.
I mean, you could have stooped really low and watched Vic's live last night without Vic. Yes, the UK Vape Show was live last night, minus Vic. It was it's like watching the LXV, but not funny. But there we go.
Sean says he's on Devon Custard, very nice warm on the Pico Squeeze with a Pindad RDTA.
Can the Pico Squeeze actually warm it enough, Sean?
Mate, it can if you've got the right build in it, mate.
That's very true, actually. Yes, it does come down to build.
It's all about the build, people. It's all
And
about the build.
Gavlo's on these. I touch you.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says that. It's all about the build.
All. That's quite cool. That'd be quite cool, actually.
Yeah.
With a nice Page X logo on it. Well, just like that one there. All about the build. I think you'd rock that really well at an expo, Josh.
No, I said it's all about the build, not all about where it's made. Or it's...
Supposedly made.
No, they were openly honest. They did say that one was made in China, so it's fine.
Yes. It doesn't say it anywhere on the box, though, funnily enough.
Simon's apparently on Haley's Agrush GT with some Riot Squad strawberry.
Strawberry Scream.
Does that taste good, warm?
Lovely warm.
Did you just sit on?
I think
Sounds like you just had something inserted.
Nah, that's classic cramp. That is. He's got cramp somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's on
no.
Butterwell Free, and I'm so jealous. It's one of my favourite
You're an
super.
No,
OnlyFans
I know
page.
exactly what's happened there. He's just sat on the rope on the Rage Nation.
Anyway, what I was going to get back to, I said we'd talk about Supergood in a minute, and I don't know how many people amongst us lot have tried the Supergood. I know I've tried some. Obviously, Lloyd's tried some. Hayley, have you had some Supergood? You seem like someone that's had some Supergood.
Yeah.
I don't know if Chris and Vinny have. And guys in the chat, does anybody find the Supergood stuff a little bit dry? I find it dry. Like, and I don't know if it's just I maybe got a couple of offy nick shots, which I know can do that, or maybe they're just different nick shots that I'm used to. But I find it a bit dry, not harsh, just dry. Does that make sense?
I've not had that experience myself, but also I put on builds that spit back at you, and I tend to overdrip, so I end up spilling
you
it
end
on my
up
bed.
swallowing.
That really does not look good, Vinny. Sorry, I've just seen Vinny going.
Howard, that is 100% the best way how to ramp up your flavour. Just get a load of that juice in your mouth.
Right, exactly. you warm it up a little bit with the coils, and then spill it in the mouth.
Definitely moist.
What is
Vin-
it?
Before anybody
I
says
was
no,
going to say, Vinny, are you doing a Joe Wicks exercise video? Live on stream? 'Cause that's what it looks like. Now touch your toes.
can he actually even see him?
It's either that or you're trying to do the time warp. I'm not quite sure.
He can't hear us.
Yeah, see, Ryan said he
Well,
found
he's
the
got his
syntax
muted.
dry.
He's
And
got his
yeah,
mic muted.
the syntax was quite dry, but I did love it. I love everything that Prohibition do. Not just because I think Joey's a fucking top guy, because he absolutely is. He's
I
really-
love the 18th Amendment.
Yeah.
That stuff. Oh.
I'm just wondering what goes into a vape juice that makes that kind of like a drying. I know it's weird. You know, if he was like, you've got like dry wine and wet
Yeah.
wine, and do you know what I mean? And like dry cider, it's that kind of still that thing.
Water,
Yeah,
Josh.
Sorry?
Water.
No, it's
Water
not.
makes
It's
water makes a vape juice dry.
Not, okay. I thought-
Generally, it used to be an old trick when you used to do DIY, to slightly enhance desserts flavors, but it also makes it drier for some reason. I think it's because it vaporizes quicker than the others. It gives a dry sensation on the inhale.
It's just burning the inside of your mouth.
Yes. And yes, I have cramp and I'm really struggling right now.
Oh, there you go. We've learned something new with that one. What? We're not just off jokes here. We drop a little bit of education in here.
Oh, yes. Bit of everything. It's the LXV way.
Yep.
Oh.
I must say, we look much better actually on YouTube than we do on either of my screens. Like,
Yeah, I've got the YouTube feed down low, and it looks really good. Apart from me jumping around like a.
It still looks good.
At least you didn't see me doing the stretches just over there.
my Wi-Fi has been a real shit tonight, so like I've had to put the bit rate right down as well. my upload just dropped earlier this afternoon. I check it every time before we come live. I was like, what the fuck's going on? There's a fault in a box somewhere.
It's just a little switch that needs switching. Oh, man. I've drunk like 3 litres of water today and I'm still getting cramp.
I was going to say, I want to know what Vinny's done to build up so much acetic acid in that particular muscle.
I have to get up and down off floors a lot, Josh, in my job.
Oh,
Yes, I dress legs, so I generally end up sat on somebody's floor. And yes, the buildup of lactic acid in my left hamstring is horrific tonight.
Anyway, should we
move on swiftly?
Should we move on to a cool wall? Let's move on to a cool wall.
Please.
All right, let's do that shit. Cool wall. Sorry, I was dancing. You guys can't hear the music, so.
No, always Josh going.
It looks like one of the sunflowers that you put out, for the sunlight that start bopping.
I don't know what. It's my favourite thing at the minute. So, off the topic of Cornwall, on the topic of Marvel. Any of you watching Falcon and Winter Soldier? Is it just me?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, no.
There's just this best scene ever, and it's Baron Zemo just in a club on his own dancing, and it's the most awkward dance you've ever seen. And somebody on YouTube's made an hour-long loop of it. And we were at work earlier on a lunch break. We were just watching it, and it's like, it was fucking hilarious. So,
is that the film that's like 5 hours long, Josh?
No, that's Zack
That's
Snyder's
DC's
Justice
new
League
one, isn't
cut,
it?
Yeah, fuck DC.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, no, don't. I like DC really, but
Well, I like Batman.
Yeah,
I like Batman. I love a bit of Batman.
I bet you do.
Batman is DC though, I suppose.
Yeah, Batman is DC. Well, Batman is Superman. But that's
Fuck Superman.
Yeah,
Superman shit.
Overpowered, man. He's just overpowered. It's boring.
Yeah, no one likes anything that's OP.
Another little dick. Chris, you look so camp then, the way you just did that.
Anyway, we've got 5 products on the call tonight. I know you, a few of you guys all sent products in earlier this week, and I just picked a random 5, well, a random 4, and then added one myself. So we'll start. So you guys can't see them, and you don't actually know what any of them are, do you? I've just remembered this. I probably should have sent you a list. Going, this is what's on the call tonight.
Would have been helpful
for us as well.
Hindsight and all that shit. But the annoying thing is, you guys can't see them, and one of them, I know that Haley sent in, and it isn't an actual vape. It's something else.
Oh yeah.
And Vinny sent it to me, saying, "I think this is from Haley."
Could you send it into the group chat?
Yes.
No,
he didn't. No, but you can send. I might send a group chat. Maybe I'll do it in a minute. I'll send a group chat. But I just thought this is a really cool little product, so I thought it had to go up. So we already know what I think of it. But we'll start with something else. So we're going to start with something that I know Vinny loves. We're going to start with something that I know Vinny loves. And I'm hoping you've all seen this. So I'll put it up for the viewers, and you guys will see it in about 30 seconds' time when it comes to the feed. So it's the and I don't know if we've already done it. I don't think we did it, but I know Vinny reviewed it recently, and he was quite blown away by this little disposable device. And it's the Geek Vape Geek Bar.
Ah, yes. Oh. Okay.
So little.
I have one here.
There we go. Little disposable pod, which is, what was it, 90% recyclable or something like that?
Yeah, 95% recyclable.
So it's 20 milligram salts, and you might be able to get it in other strengths as well. And I just want to see what people's opinion was on it, because obviously I saw quite a lot of people raving about it. I know you had that little rant with people moaning about it as well. You're like, well, don't moan about it. It's there. It's a product that's for people that might not be able to. Pardon me.
Fill up a squeezer juice bottle into a tank, into a pod, anything really.
There's loads of reasons why people can't vape something like this, or even put a normal stock coil in. They might have like arthritis in both their hands and just need something to get off smoking. And
The thing the thing with them that really surprised me was the actual quality of the juice.
The flavors are really good.
They really, really pop. I mean, that one I just picked up was the watermelon one, and I hate watermelon, and that's the first one I killed. But yeah, my issue with them, and I think I mentioned it before as well, was the price. They're a little bit expensive for a chuck away, but it's Geek Vape. They're about £8 a unit, roughly. I think the recommended retail is.
And how long do they last?
And
It depends how long you use it, Josh.
Fucking hell, it's not how long's a piece of string. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, I mean,
how many mils of juice are in them?
oh God, Chris, I can't remember now.
Oh, come on, Benny.
Yeah, you're the reviewer here.
I think it's 3 mil.
2 mil pre-filled juice,
2 mil.
575 puffs.
575 puffs. So they'll last you, you know, if it's 20 milligram Nixol, it's going to give you a hit. It's not like you're going to be chuffing on it.
Yeah, it really
Every
did.
second.
I got sent 7 of them, and 2 of them are dead. The other 5 are still going, and that was
So
quite
it
a while
probably
ago.
lasts. So it probably lasts someone that's trying to get off cigarettes a couple of days at least.
But yeah, but you've got to think. So how much is a packet of 20 cigarettes nowadays?
You're looking at a tenner, aren't you?
Yeah, over a
Yeah,
tenner.
And
well,
over.
I was gonna say more than that.
And
I think my mother-in-law
575 puffs
pays.
got to be more than a packet of 20. So if you buy one and it lasts you a few
Mhm.
days, and you go and buy another one, it's the same as it's cheaper than buying a packet of fags when you buy a packet of fags.
Yeah.
And it gives you a
Well,
higher
it's-
nicotine level and absorbs into your bloodstream quicker and is at least 95% healthier.
And the do hit. It is really well, and it's not a harsh hit either. I struggled with salts. I've not hidden that I got really addicted to salts, and I've had no issue with them putting them down and leaving them and not going back to them, which for me is a major plus because I was worried I'd get the salt hit again and go back on the salt train. Not an issue.
I mean, they're getting loads of love in the chat. I mean, we've got Tracy's put a couple of comments up. Love these, they're ace. I have these in my bag. So much easier than having to mess around with juice when you're out. Ryan's put can't be asked to carry batteries about, or in an emergency I would. Yeah, and then Simon's put £8 is still cheaper than a pack of cigs or a patch of tobacco.
Yeah. A lot of
So-
places have had them for about $5.99 recently.
No, they're on offer in a lot of places at the moment, actually.
And I know there's loads of these things around. So there's the Geek Vape, the Geek Bar. I mean, they're not in this country yet. I know Pat did the Escobars, hasn't he?
He has, yes.
There's loads of them around. So they're definitely getting more and more out there. And I actually really want to try some. I might just pick some. I know it's not new. I know, what's that company again that did them for fucking ages? Vape,
Nobody else.
Vape,
Nobody open.
VGod did that one. for
Oh, yeah,
ages.
Oh, the
Sticks.
Cuban cigar ones.
The sticks, yeah.
Sticks, yeah, they was very popular at a certain expo, wasn't they?
They were huge. I know. I spoke to a certain person that used to sell them, and used
Yes.
to wholesale them, and the sheer amount of them they were selling,
Yeah,
like it's like the margin isn't great, but when you're selling this many of them each week, it's like
yeah,
it's
the
worth it.
profits there, and they did a 50 milligram as well, didn't they? And
Ooh.
that was yeah.
It's gonna make, that sort of shit's gonna make my nipples hard.
I was going to say they sent me a bit waffage off, but whoever floats your boat, mate, you know. Well,
Yeah.
Chris is doing his scary face again.
And-
Go
and-
back again, Chris.
and-
No, I'm just typing in the mods because last week I forgot to write it all down.
So
So I'm gonna have to watch that one.
Simon's just coming in some price of cigarettes. So $10.49 for a pack of Lambert and
Lambert
Butler.
and Butler.
I mean, everyone that used to smoke has smoked Lambert and Butler at some point when you don't want to smoke something decent.
Yeah, we used to call them Lambert and Desperates up here.
And he's like £26 for a 50-gram pouch of Amber Leaf.
Yeah, they can't buy it in small pouches anymore, can
It's
you?
all just 50 grams. I know. I mean, luckily, I actually stopped smoking before all of that changed. I think it's one of the reasons that I went, fuck me, I'm not paying out for that anymore.
Yeah, it was one of my biggest driving forces when it went over like £6 for a pack of 20. I mean, at that price now, me and the wife used to smoke, and we couldn't afford to do that now. Jesus, you'd be looking at £20 a day. Eat. It's crazy, crazy. So ditch the fags, people, and vape.
Yeah, I mean, like, there is an argument. You can vape a lot cheaper than smoking. You can spend a lot more on vaping than you can on smoking. But it depends on what capacity you're into. When it comes to the sort of hobbyist side, like a lot of vapors are, when you're like, oh, shiny, I want to buy that, or this, that, and the other. But in the grand scheme of things, yes, it works out expensive, but how much? It's not like, fuck me, we wouldn't have a channel now about smoking, would we? Do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
so
they're rolling up tobacco.
yeah.
It depends on what you're rolling up.
Well, yeah.
There are channels about that. Yeah. But, that's fine.
Yeah, YouTube don't shut them down, do they?
No, they don't.
No, because it's funny, isn't it? Funny, but yeah.
What we're talking about? Have you put the picture? Oh, we're on a geek bar, aren't we?
Yeah, we're on a geek bar. I mean, I personally think it's got its place. I personally think they've all got their place. Like the whole, especially if they can make it recyclable, like 95% recyclable, like that, then it makes sense. I know people have still got to go out and do it, but people have got to go out and recycle anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There are people out there that don't bother, and there are people out there that like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that.
The thing is, there's also a lot of the closed pod system companies now offering a return service, so they will do the recycling for you as well, which is another step in the right direction. I know a lot of the big tobacco / companies are doing that now. I think Juul even did it at one stage for a little while. I don't know if they still are, which is, like I say, it's a step in the right direction from them to get doing that. So fair play to them, I say.
Yeah, maybe they can make it like in Europe. So like in Europe with beer and stuff, like you get a return if you return your can.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah. So if you ever buy,
yeah, I could have had so
if you ever
much
looked
money.
on the back of a craft beer or anything like that, when it says on the back and it says like 2 pan, it says PANT, 2 PANT or 1 PANT. That is your return amount.
Wait, it just looked like you trying to focus then. It's like the can went in and out.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. It isn't a thing here. But in lots of European countries, you return them and you get money back. So.
Oh, that's never got to get implemented in Scotland. Fuck that. We run them out of business.
And you usually see it on things like, you see it a lot on bottles and stuff. You return them because they send them directly back to the manufacturer of that product.
We used to have that way.
They just completely sterilise and clean the bottles and use them again because it saves them having to have that bottle made.
It rides
Germany's
a 50p a can, Lloyd. You'd have been laughing.
Oh, man, I'd never have to buy a beer again.
Actually, with the glass bottles, what they do is they use them 3 times maximum, and then after the 3rd time, they get crushed, melted down, and made back into bottles again, or added into fresh glass. Yeah, I was watching something on how is it made about it. There's a code on the bottle. Yeah, there's like a special code number on the actual made part of the bottle. Or it's on a label, something like that. It just depends on certain parts of the.
You see, am I the only real old fucker that remembers Ben Shaw's that the milkman used to deliver, and you used to take that back to your newsagent and get 50p back for the bottle?
I remember
I remember
the milkman coming back to get his bottle.
Yeah, I remember the milkman. Yeah, I remember the milkman because I used to sit on the back of his cart coming back from work or being out on the piss and just nick a couple of bottles of orange juice and milk and then bugger off.
Was it doing a wheelie all the way home?
No, actually, back then I was skinny. Believe it or not.
I was going to go a bit dark side then, Chris, so you should remember the milkman. He's probably your dad, but...
Yeah, the less we say about that, the better.
Yeah, we'll move on swiftly from that. Right, the Geek Bar. Disposable pod. Who's going to go where on this then? I'll go first. And I'm actually going to be really slightly controversial here. And I'm going to put it as super cool. Sub-Zero even. That's the one.
I was going to say we don't have a super cool category.
I've never got a new
That has boggled
Great.
Chris's mind.
Yeah, Chris is currently in the works of going back through every show we've ever done with a cool wall, working out what products we've rated and how we've rated them, so we can make a
Oh,
proper
poor
list.
Chris.
And I've just created a new category.
He said,
Right.
He said
The
he wanted more
longest-
involvement, so.
Right, the longest section, but this is just the cool wall section, was with Vic, and it was over 30 minutes.
What, for one product?
And that was for 3 vapes. And they weren't even vapes; they was actual tanks.
That was actually a very good cool wall selection that Vic did that night. Actually,
Oh, very cool wall, yes.
I can tell you exactly. We had the Frogger V2, and that went in Sub-Zero.
Yes.
We had the Geppetto, and that went in Sub-Zero
Cool.
as well. No, it went in Sub-Zero. The
No,
Geppetto.
yeah. See, when Sub-Zero, cool, Sub-Zero.
Mate,
oh.
I remember off the list.
I still have all the pictures saved, so don't delete the pictures. I could just send them to you, I suppose, but you wouldn't be able to show
Can't
them.
make it so
No, there's no
much
point.
boring.
And the only reason why you may actually remember that is because you've got a copy of it, because I asked if you could actually open it, because I'm not using
No,
Microsoft Word,
I just remember
because I'm
that.
too cheap. Because I'm too cheap to actually pay for Microsoft Word. So I'll just use a open source version.
I remember. I never forget the Geppetto. Oh.
Yeah, that was stunning. Absolutely stunning. that
Anyway,
was.
so where did you go, Vin?
Sub-Zero. Yeah, I'm putting a closed pod system in Sub-Zero.
I'm going high end cool.
Haley?
For me, I would say cool, because when you've got loads of people who are scared to start vaping, because not being funny, all the stuff, even a pod, can be really daunting. So the fact that they can try it, they can try different flavors, they can still smoke a bit. I think it's cool because it's helping them. It's transitioning. And the watermelon one smells amazing.
That is the nicest watermelon I've vaped ever.
I had it in my
actually do want
handbag,
to
and
try
that's
that
what you could
watermelon.
smell.
I would like to try that watermelon at some point.
It's dead.
'Cause I do love
Have to
the
buy one,
watermelon.
Chris.
I know. Kind of.
Lloydie. A bit out of your comfort zone, this one, but what do you reckon?
It is a bit out my realm, and I'm a bit conflicted with it because, like you said, it does have its place. It's got a lot of benefits to it, where it's like 95% recyclable, and it helps those old biddies that kind of squeeze out the 10 ml bottles. But it's the price per bar compared to just buying like a Caliburn and just maybe like that old biddy getting our pal that can squeeze the juice out in the pub or whatever. I just couldn't justify going for one of these over like a Caliburn and just trial and error with the salt neck juices. Every shop has mix and match salt neck juice on deal, that you can try loads until you find the one that's for you, and then boom, you're sorted. So I'm sort of on the cusp between cool and Sub-Zero, but gotta go to cool.
Josh, I think you already made your position clear on it, didn't you?
I said it was cool.
Yeah. Scary bloke at the bottom.
Yeah. Hello. I'm going to go cool. Mostly because I'm not a big pod fan myself, but I can see the use of it. I can see the point of it. And the fact that pretty much all of it is recyclable is a good plus point for it. Big style in my eyes. So I'm going to go cool.
Okay,
In the chat is saying bin.
Oh, are they really?
one person.
That's what I said, Kev in the chat.
I think all
Wait,
disposable pods should have their own section.
Bin. But if I was caught short, it would be cool.
No, I didn't read all the message. But...
Yeah, everyone's been there when they've been out and had one setup with them and it's burnt out. Imagine that, and then you went in a shop and there was a geek bar there.
Yeah, but we don't like corner shops selling vapes.
I didn't say a corner shop, I just said a shop.
I'm usually out at night.
That's a different topic.
I was about to say, what kind of vape shop is open about 11, 12 o'clock at night? And especially to pissed up customers.
There is some pubs. There is some vape pubs. So
Yes, there is some vape pubs.
there's one near us.
Yeah, and actually, I tried to get my local pub my local craft beer bar to stock some juice and some batteries.
They'd make a fortune of you, Josh.
Like, right. So the bar I drink in, he's quite happy for us to all the vape in there. So it's quite often filled with vapors. It's a little tiny craft beer bar. Like, trust me, you can fit about busy, like packed, can't move. It's about 30 people, and when like 20 of you are vapors, it can get a bit cloudy in there. Even though we're all quite, and if someone moans, we go outside. That's fine. But like, he's quite happy for us to do that, and we spend a lot of money in there, so he's not bothered about it. But yeah, it was always thinking, yeah, you should just stock some juice, and maybe the odd charged battery here and there.
Or a charging service. That would be it. But then again, if you had that new geek vape mob that we talked about the other week, you could just charge it up in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Or the Obelisk or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That mod I've also got has USB-C quick charging, so I will put it to the test. But it's not a LiPo. Obviously, it's a normal battery.
That mod, since we talked about it, started doing the rounds. Like a lot of people are starting to talk about it. I think I seen Ground Green even talking about it. Oh, I think he done an actual review of it.
Yeah, the review packs have been sent out of it now, Lloyd. All the big names have got theirs. They haven't gone down to the second and third string yet.
I also figured out the pricing structure. So I thought apparently that they're charging quite a decent amount of money for the charging brick. I think it's $30. So remember how I had like $100 for the one I was looking at on the website?
Yeah.
I think that was the full whack with the tank, the mod, and the charging brick. And then I think Josh found one for about 40 quid or something.
It's just mod.
And I think that was just the mod and tank.
Right.
But they're charging a decent amount of dollar for just the charging brick. And if your phone like has fast charging, you've got a decent charging brick with it. So they're overcharging for the plug socket basically.
Ah, okay. That's an interesting thing to know.
Anyway, we've spent a decent amount of time on the Geek Bar, so we shall move on.
We're trying to beat Vic, mate. We're trying to beat Vic.
So we'll go to the next one. We will go to the...
Oh, sorry. I need to run to the loo again. I'll be right back.
I'll wait till he gets back, shall I?
I just hope he's turned his mic off, otherwise we're going to get some interesting noises.
Oh, God.
Because he ran out with his headset on.
Why? Actually,
I'm just expecting to see running across holding his ass. Shit.
That reminds me, I do need to order my new mic, so I'll do it after the show.
Yes, do it after the show.
Josh buys a mic live on LXV.
Josh keeps buying everything live on LXV.
Like, what's Josh going to buy this week?
Maybe I should set up my own channel. Josh buys shit. I remember, so a guy I work with, I'm not going to name names, he's called Lloyd as well. Guy I work with, he used to have this terrible habit of getting rather drunk and buying random shit. And I remember he came in one day and he's like, fucking, oh mate, it's not good. I was like, what did you do? He's like, we went out last night. I was like, we went out last night. It's good night. He's like, yeah. He goes, I went home and I ordered a bouncy castle, like a full-size bouncy castle.
That's awesome.
Because I came back and heard my name, but then I heard bouncy castle. I know I'm not bought one
And
of
he
them.
was like, "That's not all I ordered."
Yes.
And then I ordered a bouncy castle. I ordered 3 bearded dragons. Like, but because it would have been great, but I didn't order a pump for the bouncy castle. Like a fucking. And he had this idea that he was going to buy a bouncy castle and rent it out, and like, mate, just cancel it all. Like, don't be an idiot. Just cancel it. I was like, I should cancel it, shouldn't I? Like, you cancel it. But he spent like £400. It's like fucking bouncy castle. So why? Anyway,
I think the most random thing I ever bought when I was drunk was a cowboy hat. It was because I got drunk and we were watching. I think some piss take like Western film, and I'd be like, I'd make a fucking class cowboy, and I just looked at this as like, I'd be Cowboy Campbell, and then proceeded to buy like a dress up like cosplay cowboy hat.
Have you still got it, Lloyd?
Oh no, I chucked that out the daycare. I was like, I did not want to remember that.
Anyway, we should move to the next product. The next product is the new Dovpo Reva DNA 250C, which basically to me looks like let's take the Odin, take the slits out the side, put some fake leather on it, and adjust
I'm
it.
waiting for the picture to. I'm waiting for the picture to turn up.
And it's the same mod. I'll leave that for a little bit.
I quite like that. Not Type C charging port there, though, is it?
Well, no, it's DNA, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
DNA
I can see what you mean about it being very similar to the Odin.
Yeah. It's almost like a cross between the Odin and the Aegis Legend, right?
Yeah.
A thicker Aegis Legend with the Odin shape.
Don't get me wrong. I love a DNA 250C. Like, I love a DNA 250 mod. Like, who doesn't love a DNA 250? It's a solid chip. You know what you're getting.
Mine won't.
Yeah, but yours isn't a DNA.
My Rebel was.
Your Rebel was, yeah, but that was shit. 'Cause it was
Yeah, but that was a Rebel.
Don't blame.
Yeah.
Don't blame.
That's actually put me off the 250C's chip. It really has.
Don't blame Evolve just because you had a shit Rebel. like,
Until Vapor's Cloud very kindly sent me that hog out, I'll still not like that chip. Brian, if you want
it's because you called it one of their best products in Asgard, sorry.
That's not just a Vinny thing. That's a general,
I'm looking at one.
I was going to say that was a general LXV thing, but we might get some hate for that now.
Yeah, I'll hate.
I mean, I've got DNA 250 and all the old LXV logo on the screen.
Oh, that horrible green one.
Yeah, that horrible green one.
Well, is that the only color that mod comes in? Is like that gold with the like.
I don't know. It's the best picture I could find.
Right.
So I went with it. I would. Hold on, I'll check on my phone. But I mean, it's another DNA 250C. I mean, I quite like Dovpo, but
they're a decent enough company. I know Tony B had a few issues with a few of their older mods going back a while. But I think when they started making the Odins and put their proprietary chip in it, people started to take a bit more notice of Dovpo.
no,
And rightly so, I think, because I think they nailed it with the Odin.
it comes in like a black, like all black with different backs, like a copper, and then that sort of goldy color. And then
Black with like
Silver as well,
mahogany on it.
metal.
and it's full price. It's looking like it's about, well, I've been on 3 sites and it's 3 different prices.
Also, I'm looking at one now for $89.99.
Well,
was meant to be 120.
I've seen it anywhere from 120 to 149. But
90 quid for a 250C is not bad, though. Where was
I
that,
was going to
Chris?
say that's quite cheap for a DNA, is it not?
UKVape.deals.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, that's boom. So that will be legit as well.
Yeah. It's a shame it's only 18650s though.
That is a very valid point.
But when you got 2 of them in there, you're all right.
I only use 25 hours.
Fucking hell, Vinny, get with the times, will you?
And I actually do.
I've just sent it into the messenger group.
But
I
yeah,
ain't
for
looking.
me, it's just another similarly shaped to Odin.
Yeah, it's like Lloyd said, it looks like a mashup between a legend and the Odin.
And a little bit of a Wismec as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
it does. It does definitely look like a rouleau.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Probably why I quite like it.
There is nothing wrong with a rouleau.
No, but it's kind of dated and a bit borrowed styling now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you could do something interesting. We could try and make it a bit different. And the Odin was cool because it had slightly different.
Do you know what it
styling.
sort of reminds me of? Is do you remember that Blade mod? Oh, who was it by again? It was. Bear with me.
I'm trying to think who that was. I can remember the name. It's an was it?
No, I'm not gonna buy one, Simon. It's all right.
Geek Vape Blade mod. That was it. It looks sort of similar to that and shit.
Kev says, I want to like it, but it looks like a dated Ford Cortina. Right.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting
However, you're dissing the Ford Cortina. I'm a Devon boy. I love a Ford Cortina.
Simon's asking if you're going to buy one, Josh.
Yeah, I said, Simon, no, I'm not going to buy one. No. Uncle, not a looker.
Well,
and then Ryan says fat heroin. I don't think that's what he meant. But... yeah, Simon saying DNA or USB-C. DNA or not, USB-C is a must nowadays. I get that, but DNA boards just don't come with USB-C.
No.
So maybe time for a new DNA board.
That would be good, actually.
The ones that are saying it's not very good looking and dated looking, I'm looking at a black one with what looks to be either a walnut or wood grain on the back of it, and I think that looks really nice.
Yeah, but black.
Yeah, you've got no taste,
Chris. Tempting me.
And black makes anything look good, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's with that dark wood effect on the back where the battery door is. That just kind of makes it just look that little bit more elegant to me.
Kev's now saying it looks like a dated Ford Cortina with a vinyl roof.
I don't know.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with an old Ford Cortina.
Ryan meant the Furion, a fat Furion, not a fat heron. That makes more sense.
That actually does make a very lot of sense. It does look like that, actually.
Yeah, it does. And I love the Furion, man. The Furion was a great mod.
But
hence why I've got something like this, the Centurus, because it's kind of similar.
It's very similar. Very, very similar. Right, let's have a vote on this new Dovpo device then. We shall start with Christopher.
I'm going to go cool.
Okay. Lloyd.
I'm going to go uncool, but I think it's got a case for Room 101.
Oh, okay. We'll leave that there for now. Haley?
I'd go uncool. I don't like it at all. It's very similar to other designs, but it's not pulling me in. And the fact that I think it should have had bigger batteries, giving it more power. It can only hold the 26 of an atomizer, so
that's a good point.
and it's meant to be 200 watts, so it's kind of wasted.
Yeah,
that's why
it does look like it's tried to copy all the best parts of all the fan favorite mods and got every single aspect incorrect.
It's just not cohesive. It's not making you go, ooh. Even I've had mods that looks virtually the same, but I've still gone from. But that I'm just like, no, it's like plastic surgery gone wrong. That's the truth.
The only reason why
you can't just slap a bit of walnut on and expect it to look pretty. So no.
I'm also going to go uncool because it's just boring, isn't it?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like, here we go, we're Porsche, we've released a 911, and here's our brand new 911 with every panel that's different, but it looks exactly the fucking same as everything else.
And for the price, you can get something a lot better
Like
and cheaper.
most of what you're paying for there is the chip, right?
Yes.
It's DNA 250. That's fine. But
perhaps I should buy one at the £89 price and take the chip out and try and get my Rebel fixed.
you could buy a DNA chip cheaper than that, buddy.
I was joking, Josh. I do not hold the skills to do that kind of thing.
I'll do it.
For me, the that dog pose thing, yeah, it's very uncool. It's yeah, no innovation, no new styling. Yeah, I just don't like it. It looks fugly. I think I agree with whoever said that.
Yeah.
It is fugly.
Well, that was Tracy. It's fugly.
It is. It's not pretty. It's not purdy.
Yeah, Sean just said the only thing going for it's a DNA 250, and that's it. It's just like, we'll make a new DNA 250 mod. Doesn't matter what it looks like, people will buy it.
Simon, you could get 5 Nord 4s for that price, Vinny.
Everyone knows I don't pay for my smart devices.
Yeah.
Which is why you should get the tattoo.
We'll quickly move on. That goes very swiftly.
Thanks, Josh.
That goes very, very swiftly into Uncle. And I have a feeling that all of us just forgot about the shit bucket then, but I think the DNA 250 saved it.
Yeah.
The DNA side
If
saved
it did have a good chip, then yeah, it would have gone shit bucket.
Anyway, we'll move on. We're going to do... We've still got 3 more, and we've got 2 mechs and something else. So we'll do a mech. This is one that you guys put up. So this is the I believe it's called the Pharaoh mech mod.
Pharaoh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
It's a pretty one.
stunning, mate.
And you guys were gushing about this in the chat.
Oh, mate.
That was me.
It's
doing a
it's
random
been-
Google.
It was so pretty.
Oh, it's
yes.
been on my to-buy list for quite a long time. It looks
I-
very unpractical, but stunning.
Basically, it's the Tutankhamun fucking death mask.
Right.
You know?
Everyone knows I hate polishing and shining mechs. That's going to be an absolute nightmare to keep clean.
However,
Yeah, but that's why it's a shelf piece.
But
Vinny.
to me, it looks lacquered. It looks lacquered to me in the picture.
Actually, yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing good old Rip Trippers having that with his RDA that he made sort of similar.
The Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh.
Yeah, the
that's
Pharaoh.
it.
You mean
Right.
the one that was a complete and utter bag of shit?
So the first.
It was before my time. I didn't care if it was good or not. But I do remember when I first started looking up like builds on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I seen him with his RDA on it, and it looked the fucking tits.
Is it a bottom fire? It will be, won't it?
Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of hand feel. That would be quite uncomfortable in the hand, but you wouldn't have any issues firing the button, that's for sure. Because the shape of it and the grip on it and from the engraving.
It's definitely one of those I would never use. I'd keep it as a focal
Although,
piece. It's
I
just
think it.
I
It
am
would
not.
look
I am
sick
not
between-
paying out for a mod that I'm never going to use. All my mods get used. Doesn't matter how
Yeah.
expensive it is. I'm not,
that's why I wouldn't buy it.
Sometimes you get the mods and you just not end up using them anyway because you. maybe
Yeah.
But
don't like them.
it's getting some hate in the chat.
Yeah, I know, I'm seeing it. I think it would look sick as fuck if it was patinaed as well. You know, so it starts getting that really dark brass color.
Yeah.
It
that
would
would-
look so sick like that as well. So you could get away with using it and not cleaning it.
So the comments are, I'm surprised no one's made a totem pole mech mod yet. Shit bucket just because my other half wants one. That's from Tracy. Buy 2 and use them as bookends. That's from
I love that comment.
Yeah.
So much hate for such a pretty mod.
We're gonna,
I'm getting one now. Simon thinks it's vile. I'll have a mod to myself.
We're gonna push quite quick on this one because we've still got a couple to get through. But I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. I
You're
don't.
personally attacked. I don't know why.
It'd be something that just sits there to be looked at, and then I'd just put it in the box and not look at it anymore. It's a novelty piece. That's
I'll
basically
tell you
what it
if I was
is,
gonna-
isn't
If I
it?
was going to spend something, if I'm going to spend some money to look at something, then I'd go to a fucking strip club.
That's very good.
Like,
I think
I
I
wouldn't.
think the shit bucket's a bit harsh. I just personally bang it straight on the uncool, and that's where I'm gonna. That is my vote for it. You just wouldn't use it. It is just a novelty piece to look at, really, for me.
I'm going to go with Vinny, Uncle.
Lloyd, seeing as you nominated it.
I didn't nominate it. It was Chris.
Oh,
Chris.
As much as I gassed it up, though, it's going to be only cool for me. It's not Sub-Zero. It's cool as fuck.
Haley, before the heathen speaks.
It's Purdy. I would want it. Might not use it. You know, you can use 3 different battery sizes in it. You can get most of your atties on it, so I'd say cool.
Wrong, Chris.
More than what you can say about that last one.
Do you even need to ask what I'm going to say?
You're going to say Sub-Zero, eh?
No, not Sub-Zero. I wouldn't go that far. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's just something unusual.
Yeah. How much was the Chris? Can you remember the price of them?
They must
To
be
be
dirt
honest,
cheap now.
Chris is going to hold it
I
next to a
couldn't-
disco ball and let the reflections shine off his forehead. That's all Chris
Why
would
do you think
do,
I shave it and polish it? But no, to be honest, I couldn't find a price on it. It was one of them ones. I did try looking around a little bit, but it's kind of difficult to look on the web when every 5 seconds there's a bloody chat window popping up in the middle of your screen. Because Haley's going, "Oh, so pretty." Oh, you know, that's
Lloyd,
really
it looks
nice.
like someone's doing something
£58.
rude to you.
How much did you say? How much, Haley?
I've just got one that says £58.
58 quid.
Yeah, by the way.
I bought statues for the wife that cost more than that.
Yeah. Trinkets that cost more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
That
And
really
then she's into
surprises
like
me,
Lion
Chris.
King, all those Disney
Oh, yeah,
statues.
Disney.
No, they're not cheap.
No.
Yeah,
That's
I found one. $80, which
It
Well, I'm
looks,
sure
it
it's
looks like the sort of shit you go to the museum and they sell it in the fucking gift shop. That's what it fucking looks like.
Made of plastic.
Yeah. Like,
But at least you know the battery wouldn't short against it if it is made of plastic. Wouldn't
Oh
fire
my
either, but
God.
still.
I mean, somehow that goes in fucking cool. Shit me.
You have me by sorry.
Guys, we're holding
Do you
auditions for
regret
new
adding
panel
them, though?
members. Don't forget.
Also, do you regret adding them now, guys?
No, you, Chris.
Anyway, Simon's £55 is too much.
Oh, it's
Well-
not enough.
We'll move on. We're going to go to this little thing. This isn't a mod. This is an Atty stand, and I've labelled it as the wrong name. But these are quite cool little Atty stands. So the Cell Atty stand. So it looks like they're magnetised together, and you can get different colourways and connect them however you want. I think they look dope. I think they look really cool. I really like them. I think it's quite a clever idea. I don't know how available they are.
They do look really clever. They
cool.
do look
By
really
someone
clever.
called Kizaku.
Yeah.
Or Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they by Kazoko? Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
They range from $2.99 to $4.99.
yeah,
That's cheap.
Single or duo.
which
But
is-
you can stack them, which means if you've got Atties, and everyone loves Sean's Wood, but you can't have Sean's Wood for every Atty. So at that price, it's keeping them nice and tidy. You can do whatever shape you want.
I mean,
I do like them.
I'm gonna mark it down straight away because some fuckers put a dead rabbit with a butcher cap on top. So. No, I'm joking. I actually love the butcher and priest caps. But yeah, I think they're really cool.
Mm.
I think they're really cool. I really like the way they look. I think it's quite cool. You can put them how you want, and you can arrange them, and you can buy as many or as little as you want. I think it's quite a cool little idea. And
Quite easy to make 3D printed, wouldn't it, as well, and get just some little magnets in them.
Yeah.
Still very cool, though.
They are. I'd love. Imagine the crazy shapes you build with them, though.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just have them flat, would you?
No.
I'd spend more time designing how to put it than I would putting Atties on and off of it. That's the problem.
Yeah, same here.
Ooh.
Like an adult version of Lego blocks, but with
Yeah.
magnets.
And then just try and get your Atties to stay. Going up the wall.
Oh, you
Try and
could
get
put
it so you
screws on the wall so the magnets stick on the screws.
Are the magnets strong enough to hold that, though?
Yeah, that's what
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Get Vinny.
Magnet off.
Right, Josh, that's your next week's review, mate.
Live on there, go buy some.
Sean, they range from $2.99 to $4.99. I'm assuming depend on the material and the colorways. That's what I'm assuming they range from. So
Yeah, Kev, Bearded Viking stands are awesome, buddy.
Bearded Viking. There's only two people: Bearded Viking and Sean.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I use Sean's in all my build reviews. My purple one.
if you want wood, talk to Sean. If you want acrylic, talk to our boy Bearded Viking. Hashtag Josh buys a magnetic Atty stand.
Go on, Josh, buy some. Put some hot screws in the wall, see if they will hold a couple of atomizers.
Don't tempt me.
Oh, come on. Mate. For the viewers, if anything.
Yeah. Just think of it as market research for the viewers.
The panel bullied Josh into buying another shit device.
That's going to be a new segment. What
Ah,
can
to
we
be
get
fair,
Josh
keep
to
it up. I
buy?
may be able to do it.
Don't, because if we put it to a vote, I'll just end up with a shitload of smocks, won't I? That's what's going to happen.
that would make my day.
They're gonna make me buy the shittest product every week. Like, I know I've just had a promotion and a pay rise, but fuck me, guys, I can't afford to buy for.
Well, at least with the smock shit, at least you got a connection to get some free shit for the smock.
Nah, Vinny ain't passing that over.
Who's that? Who's got a connection with Smock?
You,
Vinny ain't passing
Mr.
that
Smock.
shit
Ah,
Yeah, but then
it's
again,
all
he's tight.
sat there on my shelf.
I'd say he's tighter than a duck's arse underwater.
Yeah, so Sean's come out. That's cheap for a single one, but I can make one for 20. Yeah, it's cheaper than you could buy 20.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but for
There you go,
starters, if you're starting off, it's going to fit in a nice little area.
How long before you see Sean making little tiny square ones out of all his scrap wood and sticking some magnets in the side of them?
Yeah, it's a brilliant business model.
Sean, I want the first 100 Atty stand. It will be at the moment I'm very low, so it'll be about 90 something short. But fuck it.
I'm pretty sure Sean could probably knock a bunch of them out of all the scraps of wood that he's probably got lying on the floor.
Yeah, probably. Right, let's have a vote on these.
Smock for Josh, new mod.
So I think they're Sub-Zero. I fucking love them. I think they're cool as fuck.
Yeah, I agree, Josh. For the price as well, I'd put them Sub-Zero as well, and I quite fancy getting some to have a play with. Hayley, you nominated it, so what would you?
For me, the Sub-Zero. I think they're just really good. Obviously, you can have your nice big piece ones, but for in your shelves or your drawers, they're perfect.
I'm gonna let that comment slip, Lloyd.
I'm going to vote cool because it is just a bit of metal put together. There's no craftsmanship like you would get from like the Bearded Viking or Sean. So
Very good point.
It's just normal manufacturing put together with a couple of divots in for the magnets.
Good point.
Anyone could have came up with it. So
Christopher.
Just for the fact that basically toys for adults, i.e. Lego blocks,
Yeah.
nothing that you keep in your drawers. I'm going to go Sub-Zero. I really like the idea of it because I literally could see most of us in here just spending a couple of hours just messing about making up some random.
Just making
designs.
random shapes, not putting the Atties in, just making random
Yeah,
shapes.
they wouldn't get used as Atties, no.
See, just doing the LXV logo, see who can get it to stay up.
There you go.
That's a
Oh.
challenge.
Well, considering she come up with the idea, maybe she should buy some and see if she can do it.
Sean Toops just said it wouldn't take much to set up the tooling to make them in wood.
Well, there you go.
there you go, Sean. There's your next project, mate.
And
Make them in wood version. Sub-Zero for me, mate.
Everything's better in wood.
I have to agree.
Well, except for a prison sentence.
How can that? Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I sort of got where you were going, but it.
You still found it funny though.
We'll do one last one, and this is going to split opinion, I think.
What, like the Pharaoh didn't?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Alright, alright. Alright, come on, get this last one in.
It's the Purge Catalyst.
Oh, that was my nomination.
Mm.
I know it's got to split. I forgot the words. I've had too many beers. It's got to be controversial, but I really like how it looks.
It's a clone.
Is it?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, I was going to say. I don't know Purge all that well. All I know is that they're quite shady as fuck. And you never really know where their stuff is coming from. But that mod in particular is so fucking nice.
It looks nice, but it's...
And I've heard from Ants in the Vaporoni group, it is really like a nice... The firing bar is really fucking nice. It's not like the one that came, is it Salem? I don't know. It's it's the Salem. I don't know. I really don't know. But there was one with a really stiff firing bar that he was on the verge of buying, and I think it sort of resembled the Catalyst.
Yeah. There is one, I can't remember what it's called now, but there is one very much like it.
I think it came with like the money piece idea, or that's what it's typically paired with.
The money shot.
Yeah, money shot. There you go. I really don't know Purge. I know Purge less than I know fucking Rogue.
For me, it's just a shit metal atom. Shit metal atom. I mean, we've had Matt on the show. I've used Purge in the past. They do make some good stuff. I'm not gonna say they don't make good stuff. They make some good looking stuff. It hits generally rather well.
I think Kev just hit it on the head in the chat here. I hear Purge and I think sexy high end quality. I just do not see this being high end with this. Really not sure about it.
And it is £350.
It is steep. It is steep. Especially with it being...
always carries the price.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's... I think that's sort of on the steeper end even for Purge, is it not?
No, it's middle. Yeah.
Middle. I mean, when you put the price point on it, I didn't think it before I sent it into the chat. It's... But it looks really nice. No, but I really like it. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it performs, say, compared to the Torture with the same sort of fire bar, but
it'll hit well enough. Like it'll be all copper contacts, and no doubt someone will make silver contacts for it as well.
It'll be all trademark constant contacts and a trademark side fire. Fucking.
Well, if anyone ever wonders where all the old gold sovereign rings have gone, at least we know where they have gone.
It's brass, Chris.
I'm on about the fact it looks like it was melted out of those fucking horrible old sovereign rings. Oh.
So obviously what Kev just said, $350. I'd get the CAD side fire from Kev. Sean too. Quality doesn't look good in those pics. It could just be shit pics, but Tracy, has anyone seen the pattern for it yet?
It's lost in the post.
Yeah, so let's have a what's it called?
And I forgot. I've got Simon's. Could be gold and give you £20 notes every time you vape it, but it's Purge, so it's shit bucket. It's called the Catalyst. I'm going to start calling it the catalytic converter. That's what I'm going to start calling it.
Right, let's have a vote on it. Lloyd, you've put it up, so you can be the first one to give it some positivity.
I know I put it up. It's not Sub-Zero. I'm going to put it as cool because, and there's always this caveat where you don't know if it is USA made or if it's China made, and that's a big sticking point with me. You just don't know where it is coming from. The owner claims it's coming from USA, it's all USA made, but there's apparently a lot of evidence saying it's coming from China. So it looks really pretty. The price point is really high as well, so it's going to be cool for me.
I'd love to see this evidence saying it's coming from China. I'd love to actually see
I'd love to see it as well. I've only seen comments saying that it's coming from China, like Reddit posted that. So I've not seen it, but apparently the owner doesn't actually own a machine. So
no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He never has done. He rents them apparently
from China, is what I've heard.
That's a very long story about the machine shop. We have covered it previously. Obviously,
he covered it on the last Virtual Expo that he's done, no?
He came on that special show with us and he covered it in that, and he actually fully admitted on there he didn't own a machine. So yeah, he rents the machine shop. I mean, you got to bear in mind some of these machines you're looking $250,000 for the machine.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I get that.
Simon just put the only American tool is the owner of the company.
That is savage.
Oh, Haley's just left. She might be back. That's why we've changed view people. I'm not going to change it in case Haley comes back, but she has just left.
That just woke me up a bit, actually.
Yeah. So you can still see us all. It's fine.
Sorry, I have got the bladder of a child tonight. I will be right back.
I've just gone.
Hey there, Lloyd. What's your vote?
I was going to say I've just gone onto I've just gone onto a certain website and it's $294.99.
It's still quite
and it states the Purge Catalyst mod is a 21700 sci-fi mechanical mod. The engravings, detail, and the quality of material used make this an absolute masterpiece. Hard hitting with a satisfying fibre, and this is don't let the plastic battery door put you off. This is superb mech mod with a substantial weight.
No, I mean
not necessarily the plastic battery
door. The Torture
yeah.
has a plastic.
They use Delrin, like a Delrin, yeah.
Delrin's a type of plastic, you know. I mean, it's still a great mod, but no, I'm not changing my vote. It's still cool for me.
Okay.
Sorry, I really need to run to the list.
Yeah, go pee again, Lloyd. Chris, go on.
I'm going to say uncool because somehow he's managed to make it look like a chav's fat, ugly, half-price jeweler's necklace and thinks he can charge nearly 300 quid for it.
Okay.
It just looks fucking ugly. I mean, he has made some. They've made some that did look quite nice, and I was like, yeah, they are decent. But nearly 300 quid for basically what looks like an off-cut of a chav's necklace. No thanks.
Haley?
Don't like it. It looks like a very weird-looking dildo. Don't like it at all. It's not pretty. There's
Unrigged for his pleasure.
There's no finesse for over 300 quid. No way. Don't like it. So it's uncool. I wouldn't say shit bucket, but I'm going uncool.
I'm going to abstain from voting just because people know.
You can't.
Hey, I've tried that before.
Josh.
I'm not allowed.
No, right, okay. I'm cool.
Vin?
I'm putting it at Sub-Zero because I actually quite like it.
Oh,
you would.
I actually quite like it.
There's me hanking this whole thing.
Look at Josh.
Just about to chuck it into the bin.
Yeah. Vin, I've just
Vin,
lost all respect for you now.
Specsavers.
I am due an eye test.
This is the guy that literally reads a phone.
I like that.
So, of course he likes it.
I actually quite like the look of that. I think we perhaps should have done the latest purge, which is slightly more interesting, but I think we should perhaps do that for next week.
Is that the one with the bottom side fire?
Yes. Oh, Josh is...
I'm sorry, who's actually playing the show in the background? Because I can hear it.
Oh no, I think that might be my missus and her pal that you're hearing laughing in the background.
Ah,
But yeah, I was actually talking with one of the pairs team about that firing mechanism on that new one, and I just thought they copied the broadside, but they haven't at all. The new mechanism on the new one's quite interesting. But yes, that's a different show altogether. But yes, I'm afraid I'd put that as Sub-Zero.
I can't even kick you either. Fuck's sake.
oh.
So where was them votes? Where did that end up?
Well, it's still
Uncool.
still ended up uncool, really. So, yeah.
As always, your voice of, reason or anything just goes unheard.
So was Josh the only uncool on that one?
I went uncool. Haley went uncool.
I went uncool.
Yeah, that's
Chris.
3 uncools.
That does go uncool.
That's-
There you go, Christopher.
That's majority vote for you people.
My vote should count more.
It's still shit. Anyway, we'll do move on. We're an hour and 55 in, so we'll do a quick questions from the chat, and then we'll call it a night.
How did we get an hour and 55 in?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How long was the cool section though? Did we beat that?
I'm just glad this time I've actually wrote them down because I don't have to sit through nearly an hour's worth of cool trying to figure out if we actually voted cool or not.
Time flies when you love Purge, don't have any. Anyway, question from the chat. Anyway, if anyone's got any questions, now's the time. If you want to slag Vinny off, feel free. I'm joking. We love you, Vinny. But yeah, got any questions, now's the time. I'll actually look at the chat screen. And yeah, if you've got questions, fire them over. Boom. Chris is off screen with his LXV logo that doesn't quite fit his background.
No, that's triggering you slightly, Josh, isn't it?
It's not triggering him, it's triggering me. I'm just like, oh my god, no.
Vinny, are you fucking blind? Nearly.
Can anybody remember what juice was in this mod? Yes, it was this one.
You're going to end up doing what I did last week and putting the wrong juice in it.
I reckon I could mix two. I'm going to do it. Why not?
Have any of you tried the Squid 13 range from the same guys that made the Cyber Rabbit?
No.
No, I haven't. I've heard good things though.
I thought it was
Highly
called- I
recommend
thought it was
trying
called
it.
13 squid.
Oh, same difference.
It better
You
be-
knew what I meant.
It better all be $12.99 a bottle.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the exact one. Mate. I'm dyslexic and I'm a little like I've had quite a few beers, so I've also had one of the Mrs. cocktails tonight.
Ah, that's what she was shaking behind your head.
That's what she was.
I
That's
thought
when
she
I
was
was like,
doing rude gestures to
I
you.
just seen it shaking and.
Yeah. It looked like she was trying to knock something into your head.
Oh, that'll be later, mate.
Josh, your mic's gone quiet.
Yeah, that's because I'm not talking.
Josh is sulking because I voted to purge Sub-Zero.
No, I was just trying to work out what ratio of juices I just mixed because it works really well.
Latest on the American vape mail. Oh, it depends completely who you listen to, Kev. Some people are saying there's viable workarounds. Some people are saying there's now little companies saying they'll carry them.
I know some vape companies, like they're doing the RDAs, are sending them literally flat packed. So little bits, because obviously it's not a vape, it's just a piece of a puzzle, and then you have to put it together.
Yeah, that's a way
So
around
I've
it, I
always
suppose.
like since this whole like vape mail ban happened in America, I've always sort of wondered how can they monitor that if you don't declare, like, say I was just sending you, I could declare I was sending you some olive oil. They've got no way to know, right?
A lot of their stuff goes through X-rays, though. Like the security on a lot of it is really quite mental. That would be the only way I think they could detect what was in there. But I do exactly the same thing here with Royal Mail, because you're not supposed to post liquids through Royal Mail. I post liquids through Royal Mail.
Yeah, I've done it recently. I sent some liquids down to Rich for sending off a green Asgard. Just I'll call it by your name. Now the guy went and asked me, he's like, "Oh, what you saying?" I was like, "Oh, vape liquid." He just looked at me weird. I don't think he knew what it was. And just then posted it anyway. So
Simon has a question. Have you heard about the stealth courier ban in the UK? I read that DHL may be following suit over here and in Europe. I believe DHL are going to do the same.
Yeah.
That's
They already started doing it.
That's not a huge problem for us, but that's massive in Germany.
Yeah.
Because that's their normal post.
And it's a bit of a stinker for reviewers because most of the Chinese companies use DHL to ship here.
You mean you can't get anything out of Germany that doesn't come DHL?
Yeah, they're pretty much the majority international shipping, aren't they? Them and FedEx and UPS, but they've already both went on the record to say they're not doing vape mail. So
Kev is saying, why has everything got the nicotine warning when it's just a mod or an ATI and it doesn't contain nicotine? It's just the law.
Because it's a nicotine delivery device. It's just them just covering their own arses basically with that one.
It's the same as people are putting Gorilla Glue in their hair on TikTok.
Yes, I
They would
remember
not
that.
think they would do it, but you now
I
have
just
got
thought
warning.
that was a way to try and actually get a haircut in lockdown. I put Gorilla Glue in my hair, someone will do it.
Yeah, but not one person did it. 3 did it.
And were they mostly Americans? I think they were.
Yes.
I had to show ID for cotton the other day when DHL delivered it, just for cotton.
That's because I'm guessing that was from a vape company though, and that'll be why they'd known it was from a vape company.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is crazy. You probably get the same thing for an empty bottle.
Simon, why have I had a few bits arrive from Hermes recently? You've been because you're a lucky man if they've arrived from Hermes.
Yeah, Hermes aren't all that bad up in Scotland, by the way.
Well, they're not great down here. Jesus.
My Hermes guy is like sound as fuck. My Yodel guy is a piece of shit though.
Yeah, but they're all shit. Just use DPD.
Oh no, I like DPD. Apart from when they don't ring my buzzer and just say no one was in.
They're busy guys, man. They can't hang around that long.
Yeah, I suppose. See, to be fair, I think all the delivery companies they look at my building, they go, no, you're okay, you're weren't in. I live 9 flights up as well, so and I live in the awkward part of the building where it's sort of cut off by the even floors because I live on an odd floor. So a lot of companies get lost when they're trying to deliver stuff to me, and then they just say, "Oh, you weren't in."
Tracy says it wasn't just a haircut; it was having the glue surgically removed from the scalp. Still counts as a haircut.
Yeah, but they even had it on the scalp. They'd literally just put it over.
Yeah, but if you're going to be an idiot, suffer the consequences. That's what I'm going to say.
It's like the same with who would have thought eating a Tide Pod would have been bad for you.
Oh, they started vaping the Tide Pods as well, did they not?
I don't know.
It was another bad name because vaping was obviously the instigator for all of that.
The only 2 things that I saw people vape, and I highly would never recommend it. One was whiskey, and that was through a friend of mine quite some time ago. And it's quite funny because he was choking like a bitch. And the other one, and I really don't understand this one, it was a viral video going around for quite some time of a German guy that had...
No, not the smoke one.
Yes, the spunk one. I was trying to find the
Should've seen that
cleanest
one.
way of saying
Yeah,
it.
but two guys.
He had it in a 50ml bottle.
Two guys from around your way did a similar thing. They're Brummy lads, and they've got a really popular YouTube channel, and they just do stupid shit. And they set up a load of vapes, and they vaped like chili sauce. And
Was
did a
one
few
of
other
them?
things, and then they,
Did
and then,
one of them a while back concrete his head into a microwave?
Yes, same guy.
Oh, yeah,
He's from
TGF.
Wolverhampton.
Yeah, and he decided
Yeah,
they decided to vape piss. It's like, why would you do that?
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what the sad thing is? I really like their videos.
I've never heard of these. I have to check these out, I think.
Oh,
I can't remember the
Either called
name.
TGF Bro or something like that.
TGF, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never knew the
It's
names.
just their
I've just
energy in
seen
their
the odd
videos
video
is
of it.
class.
the
Sean
one main
saying,
guy-
Hermes are crap, can't find my house, it's up the road, and that is marked on a map, and it's the only house up the lane. I don't know, I've not had any issues with... Wait, is it the Hermes guy? Oh, Hermes have an issue. Aye, Hermes are a load of shit.
I've never had a problem.
No,
with
no,
Hermes.
no, 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 no. It's Yodel. My Hermes guy's good. It's Yodel that are a piece of shit. Oh, I'm getting
Yodel
confused
at it.
myself now.
UPS are the ones.
Oh, okay, so
I had a
sorry, just Facebook.
Oh yeah, UPS are terrible.
Facebook has now decided to let us go live.
hello Facebook.
Hello, Facebook.
Fuck you Facebook.
How much of the
Yeah.
show are they actually got?
It was the last few minutes.
They're live for us now, but it says 2 hours ago, but it wouldn't let us be live a minute. Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, the only delivery company I had problems with was UPS. The guy I can't remember what I ordered. It was a mod of some kind. The guy literally threw it from his van at my front door, took a picture from his van, and just sped off. I'm like, the fuck? I didn't even realise until I heard a massive bang up my front door and just thought it was some kid or something booted a football and ignored it for a minute or two. And then I hear tyre screeching a few seconds later. I'm like, the fuck? So I go look outside and there's my parcel on the floor. Cheers, dickhead.
Yeah, but Chris, where you live, mate, he's probably just chucked your parcel in. He's probably just been next door and scored some drugs and shot somebody, and he's just doing.
There's no by my front door. There is no neighbours either side of it. My neighbours are that way.
It was a joke, Chris.
My front door is that way.
It was a joke, Chris.
I know. I'm just saying there is no neighbours by my front door.
No, they let us go live 2 hours ago, Josh.
Oh,
Plus, they've been live on Facebook this whole
We're
time
not-
as well.
We don't seem to be getting the comments through, which is odd. Weird. Okay. Anyway, is there any more for any more?
Anymore?
Well, whilst we're waiting for some questions, I apparently saved my mate's life because his the bottom feed pulse went and broke today. And he knew I had a spare one, so he messaged me. He's like, "Oh, have you still got your pulse, mate?" And I was like, "Yes, mate. I was like, come collect it whenever you want."
Uh,
And he was like, "Oh, I'll give you the broken one and your panels back, so it makes it look like you still got one for your collection." I was like, "Mate, I am trying to pan off my collection because I don't use regulated anymore. I've got 2 regulated devices. I use pulse coils that go straight on a Mac. I do not touch regulated any other way form."
You'll switch back.
So
you see, I fluctuate so much now. It's I generally most of my dailies are regs now. There's only when I come home do I pick up a Mac now, and that's not all the time either. It's
yeah,
strange.
but you've not got AMs whispering in your ear like every other week. "Oh, I've got a new Mac for you, mate." I got a text today, right, this
You're
morning.
being sold, boy. You're being sold. That's what's happening.
Yeah, but I'm easily sold. I got a text from him, like, I don't know, maybe about 9 o'clock this morning. He was like, "Oh, there might be a new Mac for you. Ants has just went and bought this one. I guarantee it's going to be on the market for resale within a week. That you can maybe trade. You can maybe trade that Hulk for him." I was like, "Oh well, tell him I'll probably be interested." And then he's got a little something extra coming. I don't know if any of you seen. Did you see the Bogan review of the M-Turk cross with something else? I can't remember what the something else is, but it's the actual company that makes it. It was the blue mod, and it had his pink bonds on it, and it had his wee logo on the firing button.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, well, Vaporoni have got 12 of those coming. It was like, it's not the next Vaporoni like mod, but we've got one, and it's got the Vaporoni logo. I was like, yes, please keep me back one, sir. I am that easily influenced.
All I've got to say is charity auction, Lloyd, and we'll move on swiftly.
Yes, Kev.
For the best part, that charity auction was a really good night.
It was. It really was a good night.
Kev is asking why you're seeing less and less PayPal options because PayPal won't. PayPal don't support vaping companies anymore.
No,
Yeah.
They don't want the money, but they'll keep your money quite happily.
I've got my own issues with PayPal. I've had rages. I mean, my big thing about people going, oh, especially when you're buying something on like a BST group, oh, it's got to be PayPal goods and services. Like, you know that they won't protect you in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Any shape or form.
For vape products, if they're second hand or whatnot. So
No,
you can use
no.
PayPal, just use friends and family. Don't be a dick and send the product as it's described. But yeah, it's or use something else. I mean, the last few I've just done a bank transfer. You know, I get vouchers if I need them.
Thank you,
use
brother.
people I trust. So.
Look at that for service. Which is good.
No, I asked her politely first. It was off the mic though. That was like, oh, Bubba, is there anywhere that cocktail gone?
Kev, it's because, like I said, PayPal won't allow vaping companies to use them anymore, basically.
No.
There's a few still out there that are managing to get away with it somehow, but...
You just got to see where PayPal's based, and you know exactly why it's happening.
Yes, California.
Don't use PayPal, if you want Cash App, you've got Revolut, you've got a few others as well, so...
If you really trust the person, you've got the bank transfer option. You've got to really have trust in that person to do that.
But you actually get more protection with that than you would through PayPal anyway. So
what, just for like a straight bank transfer?
No, you
Yep.
don't get any protection for a bank transfer at all.
do you not?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say that because you're putting it to someone as like a personal transfer. So
It is exactly
You
the same
are
as
if you
PayPal,
pay via credit card, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
But
Chris.
at
I
the
think.
end- not if you buy a second-hand product on a credit card, you don't.
No, you don't. That's right.
with PayPal, you always had that friends and family thing. No, the goods and services option.
Yep.
But that's how most people are getting caught out and getting their PayPal.
But they won't cover you regardless.
No,
Yeah.
not now.
No.
So it doesn't matter. And you're giving money to a shitty company, so don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I think that about wraps it up for this evening.
Yes, I think so as well. Josh, we've gone over the 2-hour mark.
2 hours, 12 minutes, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So everybody say goodbye, and Josh will hit the bumper.
Yes.
Bye bye,
The
everybody.
mics this
And
time.
I'll mute the microphones, yes. I'll mute the microphones. It'll
Is
take
there
me
an
a
after
second
show?
because I've got to move the whole end of the screen and mute 3 different mics, but that's fine. Anyway, guys, so bye all.
Is there an after show this week?
There are a bit.
We can hang on for a bit if you want. The wife's trying to watch the Circle final, and I think she's getting a bit pissed off that I'm talking, but... so... You guys can hang on if you want. They can put the Zoom link in. I'm probably going to disappear because I've got a busy day at work tomorrow. But if anybody wants to jump in, anybody wants to hang on, we can drop the link in and you guys can jump in. So that's fine. All
That's
right.
a job for me.
You can drop it in there and I can pass the Zoom ownership on to somebody else. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you want to jump in, I think there's a few people going to be hanging around. I usually will, but not this week. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye, Arabi.